What's going on, guys? And today we are finally releasing our defending tutorial. Last week we released our attacking tutorial. Now I'm going to teach you how to defend against that, and most importantly, the tips on how to concede less goals. 99% of goals that we concede in FC24 actually come from us overcommitting our left back and center back, and there's very easy things we can do to correct this. Just don't do it. And in these clips, I'm going to show you how important it is to not do it, and I'm sure you'll realize and can compare it to your gameplay and notice why you concede so many goals. But if you like this style of video, make sure to let me know so I can make more in-depth analysis on how to defend better in FC24. Anyways, let's get into the video. In this clip, we're going to show why it is very important not to move your defenders out of position. When you move your defenders out of position, I guarantee you will concede 10 times more goals, because if you really pay attention, most goals are conceded from this mistake. So we have the ball with Enzo and we move up, and then in this case, his defender, Van de Ven, gets moved out of position, which opens up the space for me to make a pass to Vinny. After I make that pass to Vinny, all I need to do is do one extra pass to Lauren James, and it's a simple goal. Such a simple mistake, yet my opponent makes it and it ends up in a goal. In this clip, I pushed not one, but two players out of position. As if one wasn't bad enough, I decided to do two, which obviously is a lot worse. This allows him to have so much open space to put an easy through ball. As soon as I move Davies out of position, I pull Diaz, and then he has a super simple through ball, puts it through, and he almost ends up scoring. I got very lucky. He hit the crossbar, but right there, very simple. The game was 1-0, could have been 1-1. And it changes the game. In this clip, I also push players out of position, and once again, when you move players out of position, it creates through ball lanes. What I also do is I switch between two of my center backs instead of just staying on one of them and tracking the run. Because of this, he actually gets a very easy opportunity. I overcommit with Davies, I overcommit Ruben Diaz, run too far, and then he just has a simple through pass, and it almost results in a goal, which again, I got lucky twice now that it shouldn't be 1-1. And this is top 200 elite division, and anything can cost you. If I lose a game, I lose almost 40 SR, which takes me about 5 to 10 wins to get that back. In this clip, I also push a player out of position. I'm already caught in a bad position because I lose the ball really stupidly, and I make things worse by overcommitting a player. Here, you should stall for time and let your team come back a little bit, and also force your opponent to force the pass, because that happens a lot. If you haven't watched the attacking tutorial, I teach you how to not force passes to avoid that. However, I was way too aggressive here because I often do that a lot because I just want to get the ball quickly and don't fall into that trap. Because as soon as he passes the ball, I overcommit Ruben Diaz, he plays a simple through ball, and now all he has to do is either pass it, he can player lock fake, he can do whatever he wants, ball roll pass, or just run in a straight line like he does and then have a simple shot with Joselu. In this clip, my opponent does the same mistake I made earlier as well. He starts overcommitting players out of position, and again, it always opens up through ball lanes. This time, it also comes from when his team is very pushed up, also off corners. This happens a lot, so make sure not to overcommit your players. Here, I pass around, he's getting a little desperate, and he moves Theo Hernandez out of position. Then afterwards, I have an easy through ball to Ronaldo, and I take the shot. Doesn't end up going in, but very well, that could be the difference maker where you concede a goal, get angry, and then start losing more games or start conceding more goals. In this clip, his right back is out of position, and like I said, most goals actually end up getting conceded from having your left back or right back out of position. In the throw-in, he has his right back out of position and he pushed him up too far and then didn't do anything about it. That's why I'm able to pass around the middle and then have a simple pass to Drogba. It has so much open space, his right back is nowhere to be seen, and then I can take the defender one-on-one. Because he actually overcommitted, and you don't want to overcommit in this situation, you actually want to go in this position right here to defend whether or not I'm either cutting in or if I run in a straight line. But because he overcommitted right away, I knew all I had to do was just keep running in a straight line and I would outpace the defender, which I end up doing. Unfortunately, I actually end up choking the shot, but this should be a goal 99% of the time. So make sure not to overcommit your players, especially when it's your center back defending. You want to make sure that you defend the cut inside and also the cut wide, or if he just runs in a straight line. In this clip, my opponent must have watched my attacking tutorial last week because he did the extra pass perfectly. However, the mistake I made on defense is once again, I overcommitted my center back. I overcommitted Ruben Diaz, right? And I also should have switched back to Alphonso Davies. But instead of switching back to Alphonso Davies, I dragged Ruben Diaz out of position even when Alphonso Davies came back. So now I have two players defending the exact same spot. And then all he has to do is pass to Henry and then make the extra pass to Drogba, and he's got an easy finish, which my opponent did very well. After all, this is Elite Division. And I was tied 2-2, so I went down 3-2, and now I have to chase the game back. So little mistakes like this is what puts us behind, and then your opponent, as soon as you have the lead, has much more control over the game. So we got to be very careful. In this clip, I get the ball with Lauren James and I bait out his player. He should have kept chasing me with Mateus, or he should have actually switched to Mukiele but not overcommitted. Because he got too greedy, he actually ends up pressing tackle and moves him way out of position. Lauren James now gets the position, and I'm in a very good spot to set up an extra pass. I player lock fake, force him to commit another player, and now I can make the extra pass, because as soon as I pass to Drogba, it'll drag his Konate in, and then all I need to do is a simple pass to Vinicius Jr., and then it is a guaranteed goal. Simple pass like that, and then boom, goal. Right now I take the lead back to 4-3, and this is what makes you lose games in Foot Champs, and this is what maybe is that difference maker for when you don't get 14 wins or 16 wins or whatever rank you're aiming to get. In this clip, my opponent also overcommits his left back once again, but not only does he do that, he also overcommits his center back, which also sets up the extra pass for me. So all I needed to do is wait until he overcommits his Havertz. He overcommits his Havertz. I pass it through to Frimpong, and then after one simple ball roll, best skill move in the game, gets around the defender, and then I can make the pass to Drogba, and then I just exercise very good patience. However, where did this goal come from? Once again, left back and center back overcommit. This is how all of the goals are conceded in FC 24. You got to be very, very careful. Don't give your opponents easy cutback passes. Don't give your opponent these easy like ball roll passes, and don't give them these easy through balls, especially people with Drogba, Haalands, all of these through ball merchants. Don't give them the opportunity to have these passes, and all you need to do is just don't overcommit your left back, don't overcommit your center back, and then you will concede so many less goals.